Alright, here's a quick deck tech on my blue-black Delver Treasure Cruise deck. This is a list that I recently started working on after attempting to build Grixis Delver, but that didn't turn out so well. So the deck revolves around, obviously, Delver Secrets and Treasure Cruise. What you try and do is you use lots of fetch lands and Gitaxian Probe to fill your graveyard up as quickly as possible. To Treasure Cruise to just kind of move through the deck and maintain tempo. To hold things together, you have a package of counter magic and a package of discard spells that allow you to control your opponent. You also have a package of removal and extremely efficient creatures. So just to go over the deck, to give you the numbers, we have 4 Treasure Cruise, 4 Gitaxian Probe, a single Counter Squall, 2 Remand, 3 Spell Pierce, 2 Spell Snare, 4 Delver Secrets. My list is running 4 Una's Prowler, I'll talk about that later, and 4 Death Shadow as the creatures right here. You have these 3 different creatures, so 12 creatures in total. Then you have 2 Dark Blast, 2 Vendetta, 2 Dismember. You have 3 Inquisition of Kozilek, 3 Thoughtseize, and then 20 lands, 8 fetches, 4 Watery Graves, 4 Darkslick Shores, and 2 of each basic of the colors that we're playing. Basically, this deck just it moves very quickly. The whole point of the deck is to choose your role depending on what type of opponent you're playing, what type of deck you're playing. If you're not playing against a deck that has Lightning Bolt in it, then your role is to use your life total very voraciously. Bring yourself close to 8 life, 10 or 8 life as quickly as possible. Cast your Delvers, your Death Shadows, which are now usually 3/3s or larger, and your Una's Prowlers, and just attack your opponent to death. In the meantime, you're countering all of their spells, you're drawing extra cards, you're killing their creatures while also losing life doing it, using Dismember and Vendetta, and taking away the best pieces of their hand, while also losing life. The deck very efficiently uses its life as a resource, and the purpose behind that being obviously to make the Death Shadows as large as they can possibly be. Over here, let's take a look at the sideboard real quick. I mainly play against people playing token decks. Specifically, my roommate plays black-white tokens, so I actually have 4 Illness in the Ranks in my sideboard just to make sure I don't just get rolled over. We have 3 Duress. Duress is just a good swap out against a number of different decks where your other discard spells aren't doing exactly what you want them to do. A couple of Relic of Progenitus, Pithing Needle, some Muddle the Mixtures, and Snapback and Echoing Truth. The Muddle the Mixtures are actually just like multiple copies of Snapback and Echoing Truth. That's for decks that are trying to cheat larger creatures into play that you have to answer when they come into play. It's also good just as a way to save your creatures. It's actually more, if you play against a removal-heavy deck, sometimes it's good to bring in the bounce spells just to save your creatures from removal. But anyways, yeah, so that's the deck. It's a lot of fun to play. You can see it's very, very low on the mana curve, and altogether isn't really that expensive to build. I think it's about right around $300, so it's pretty much a budget modern deck. It could be a lot more expensive. You could be running Liliana of the Veil, you could be running Snapcaster Mage and Vendilion Click. That's actually usually what these slots are. These are usually Snapcaster Mage and Vendilion Click, but I have found that Una's Prowler actually forces your opponent to make bad decisions. It has the ability of having any player discard a card to give it -2/-0. And so it can turn into a 2-for-1 pretty easily, especially once your opponent's life total starts dwindling, and they feel like they're being pressed for time, and they have to start discarding cards to save themselves life. What they're actually doing is they're discarding their resources. They're trading it, basically. They have to trade their cards for life, and when your opponent starts doing that, that's when you have started winning. Anyways, thanks for watching. Post any questions in the comments section. Thank you.